Hi, and welcome to episode 5 of a Rimworld of Magic. My name is Icon, and we're going to live another day for now and have a party because we're having a new colonist. Eric has joined the fray. He was an altar child, turned into a missionary, and is now a trigger-happy monk, which is kind of like the most useless combination one could wish for, but he's a very strong melee fighter and my first physically adept colonist. And monks are really good at, well, jumping on people and destroying them. We're going to explore that later on. But for now, these guys are celebrating a party, and it's all a good time now. I'm really happy about Eric joining the fray because I was already a little bit concerned about the future of this place. But having an own anti-spellcaster will be very, very powerful for us. So let's check out the future. I want to start making peace with my neighbors here to open up trade opportunities. So these guys are away 1.46 days, 1.9 days, 1.6 days. So there's really not too much of a difference between this and that. Alright, so Eric is also quite helpful with plants and animals, so I think it turns out to be a farm. So welcome, my friends, to the new farm of magic, or something like that. And if you haven't done so already, leave a look on my channel. You'll find plenty of other RimWorld content there. If you see something there you like, you might also consider subscribing. You won't be missing any future content, and you'll make me a very, very happy man, believe me. So we're going to build further today. I wonder if I want to bring up a new wind turbine or not. I mean, I have some geothermal power, yes, but well, a surplus of 2k. I think I don't need more power. What I would need would be much more another geothermal generator. If anything, then I want that. Alright. Seems to be quite affordable too. There's ship chunks right next to me. And these would bring up enough components to set up everything I need. So let's keep gathering the foraging stuff here. Oh, those are not ready. There's wild herbs everywhere. I really like that mod. Adds up so much more diversity. Okay, we're going to need a new room for Eric. Also, there's Lindsay, of course. I keep forgetting about Lindsay. Feel a little bit bad about that, but only a little bit. So let's fetch up some more wood. With the extra workforce, things should be getting done a lot quicker. And also bring up some more chunks. But the problem doesn't seem to lie in the chunks. The problem seems to lie in nobody cutting them into blocks. So Eric is designated to do the crafting as well. Alright, there's a lot of jobs on him, but for now I'm going to let him harvest that stuff. Yeah, alright, it'll work out. It'll work out. Nice. So somehow the numbers mod broke on me during this run. I don't know why, but it did. So no numbers readout. Maybe I should try deactivate and reactivate the mod once. That could be a solution. I don't know. Alright, I have lion pelt in pretty large numbers. So meditation is necessary for monks. It restores their chi, a resource they need for various actions there. But at the same time, I'm really okay with that, because the further their training goes, the more happy they get while meditating. I can train them that they're gaining some points of happiness while meditating. Lots of really useful things. Okay, so let's build Lindsay a bed, because I think I shouldn't be too surprised about her being unhappy and having a hard time joining us if she has to sleep all day on the ground. That's certainly nothing you want to do all day. So let's check. Yeah, but that was a pretty nice success. 0.7 points of recruitment power. It's pretty solid. All right, so it's your bad, Lindsay. Enjoy. I'm going to put up a nice lamp table there too, and we're going to bring in some Light flooring there too, as soon as I can, that is. It's a pretty big room, but so I'm going to use the random tiles. Why are those identical? Random paving, and that's sandstone tiles. So I have too many floors mods enabled. I'm well aware of that, but I just can't get enough of those. I'm addicted to colors. It's just a medical condition, I know. So Eric's living room doesn't seem too crisp either. I mean, this room is basically meant to be the kitchen one day, but for now I'm going to leave it like that. So, do I have sandstone blocks? Yeah, sufficiently even. Alright, so let's do it like this. Going to remove the wall between there two. No, the construction was botched. What a pity. So let's make this place all nice and green. But first, please, some basic accommodations. All right, we're having a new level here. I'm going to max out the mind over body thing because martial arts increases of that, and ignore damage because of that. It's just insane. It's just completely insane. Like now he's having tier 3. So tier 3 brings more manipulation, more moving. Yeah. Melee armor penetration 200% now. Wow. That knife's gonna hurt. Those 6% of durability of this knife are going to hurt. Should get him a proper weapon. So the basic idea on the monk is that he's getting a pretty hefty damage reduction that gets getting a punishment on it if you're carrying too much stuff around. It's a very interesting thing. So Connor and the donkey have formed a bond. The donkey's name is now Varvara. Alright, so I don't mind. I totally don't mind. Right now, these guys are just building up their farm and having a good time. But considering that I want to have this place some kind of a farm, I think we need some meadows. I think we really need to talk about meadows. So overall, I'm really wondering how I'm going to fortify this place. I'm pretty much sitting here flat on a table, and that's pretty dangerous situation to be in. I mean, overall, these guys should be noticing at this point that a proper and solid fortification is one thing, but a place where we can fight off invaders is another thing which we also need. Because right now, my strategy is just to run out and don't use all my defenses here, basically. That's those walls are not meant to fight off major threats. Those walls are only meant to fight off wild animals that keep crossing here, predators mainly. But it's also a really nice way to keep your harvest safe from wild grazing thrombos. Everybody who has seen how these things destroy an entire harvest knows what I'm talking about. Like, Thrumbos are really hungry, and if there is nothing else to eat on your map, they're going to eat all your produce. And yeah, several of them died because they started to eat from my fields. I never intended to kill them, but then they started to eat from my fields. But that's stories from another planet. Alright, just designating a lot of trees right now because I want to get in a little bit more wood. Eric is a really power machine, but I mean, it really pays off to have this mind over body thing. I mean, considering the fact that this guy would be also able to get bionics and such. It's insane. Bionic monk. Why shouldn't we do that? It's a fantasy sci-fi setting anyways, so we should do the bionic monk. Oh, there's a sand squid and a kangaroo. Alright, we're going to tame away on those. The sand squids are funny things. They make arable soil out of sand, but only if you tame them. Really funny and rare animals. You don't see them too often because they start turning your nasty parts of the map into nice spots. I mean, that's a pretty powerful thing. Alright, let's fast forward a little bit and see what'll happen. Dry thunderstorms are always a little bit spooky, I think. And I was talking about farming. Let's drop down some little growing zone here. I want to have only small patches where we just sow out certain things. So there goes 6 of them. Alright, so I'm going to have 2 of them with potatoes, that's okay. 2 of them with, oh, there's a lot of stuff going on here, okay, but for now, 2 of them with cotton, and 2 of them with, oh, I can do tobacco as well. Tempted. Pepper plants. Animals are known to avoid eating them entirely, so that's really a buff on them. Yeah, let's do some corn on those. There we go. There, that's how you do it. Install all the extra agriculture mods and then stick to all the stuff that you know and don't try anything new. Brilliant. Jokes aside, I just want to have these fields there like that, and it's working out nicely for me. And right now, I'm really not too much in an experimentation mood. A transport pod crash. Hello, Marta. Let's check her out. She's a space refugee of the Hinthidio. Who are the Hinthidio again? We gotta check that out. Because this is a role-playing run, so these things matter. The Hinthidio are our friends, so we're going to rescue Marta here. A quick sleeping psychopath incapable of violence and cooking. I don't want to recruit her anyways. So we're going to put up a little sleeping opportunity for her. And we're going to save her, but not before I tried to tame the kangaroo. Alright, that didn't work out. What a pity. So, what? No. You rescue Marta now. What? Alright, so for some reason, he got it stuck in his mind that now is the time to go for a deep meditation. So, you go for your deep meditation and Connor fetches the donkey and does what you don't do. Yeah, monks are a little bit special when it comes down to their meditational needs. It's okay. It's really their biggest downside, honestly. But if you ever had one in action in your colonies, you'll pay the price. One of their biggest strengths lies in that Dragon Strike ability. Or is it Thunder Strike? It's just a very, very leap attack to rapidly close on an opponent. This skill has a pretty nasty and high range, and it's so nice to just be able to jump onto the biggest threat in a fight and bind it immediately. I love that. Speaking about which, did somebody patch up Marta? No, nobody did that. Of course, nobody did that. You guys. So Yana would be available. Dennis would be available. So stop playing horseshoes and stabilize that poor woman. She's going to die if you don't do anything. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Pretty much hope so. Alright. And Marta is no longer incapable of walking. I'm going to remove the spot here because she's now going to leave the map with her legendary speed of 1.38 cells per second. But I certainly see no use in keeping her here because I saved her life. She's all patched up and now she can walk peacefully her ways. Alright, so let's start installing some dressers here. I'm not going to give prisoners any furniture the other people don't get. Would be a little bit wrong to me if the prisoners get better furniture. You know. But there is one thing the prison cell really needs to have, and that's a table. Because in your prison cell, your prisoners need to eat regularly because they're not allowed to leave their prison cell. So pretty common circumstance when you're living in a prison cell. And having a table there increases their mood by a lot. But I'm going to need some more wood for that. So, alright. Let's fast forward this a little bit. Oh, the first dresser is almost finished. I love it how they end things just with a handful of work units left. So it's even been good enough to have some art. 62 with Dennis. Is that some modern thing you do? 62? This furniture is engraved with an image of Connor White, welcoming Daiki Dennis while considerate. 4 octopus play nearby. The work has a graffiti-like feeling and a square structure. This depiction tells the story of Dennis attending Connor's party. I see, I see. We should have a artwork of that depicts Dennis' aging process. I would really like that. So, how's the animal training? Hey, Marta exited the map healthy. Nice. So the training is not going too well. The zebra is slowly turning wild again. And, well, I think I'm going to slaughter the zebra then, because there's no use in having an animal which I can't train. Pretty sure, yeah, the handling skill is not there. And the handling skill of 9, we're not getting there anytime too soon. And this way, at least it'll feed the colony. It's better for my taste. Hey, we got the sand squid. So, sand squids are delicate creatures. So here. Despite their common name, sand squids are actually genetically modified creatures that incorporate features from both cephalopods and cone snails. Sand squids were created as cattle, adapted to extremely water-deprived environments, such as very dry deserts. The sand squid constantly produces a sticky secretion that acts as a powerful fertilizer when mixed with common sand, allowing growth of crops in the middle of the desert. The squid can be trained to properly distribute its slime around the fields to increase terrain fertility even more. Yeah, so they only start doing that when once they're domesticated. So I don't know. I have to check out the grazing animal zone. Yeah, possibly I want to limit the sand squid a little bit, but well, it's okay. Sand squids are quite rare animals, but they're not worth too much. Is this one healthy? Yeah. Alright, Eric is ready to level up his martial arts one more time. There goes. So now we're on a really nasty level. 250% melee armor penetration, 20% more manipulation moving, 10% more consciousness. So he's making up the lost time of meditation with just being very, very efficient overall. And look at that. The Hinthidio have sent a caravan. I really like this from a role-playing point of view, because basically we've sent somebody healthy back home to them, and then they send a trade caravan to us. I really think that's a good storytelling there. Okay, so what can we do here? Please take those strange animals off me. They migrated over here and I don't know what to do with them. Instead, give me some goats. That's exactly what I want, what I can't handle. Goats are fine. Going to sell off the sand squid as well, because this biome is not that brutal when it comes down to sandy soil and such. Alright, so they sell always. Bulk traders are some of my favorite traders. They end up having so many useful things. A crafter base station. So this robot is a really useful and nice companion here. I think I'm going to buy that guy. It's the slowest and weakest of them robots. Tier 1 basically says it all. But you can use those guys so good for stone cutting, smelting. Really, these things where talent is completely wasted. I like that. Let's buy that. Let's also buy some regular medicine if they have it, but it doesn't look like that's on the table here. Okay, then just components. I think I'm going to spend all my money for their components. Components are just so valuable. I can't put it into different words. Components are awesome. You always want to have components, because there are never enough components on the map for your needs. Never. And even if once you're able to produce components, it's such a painful and long process. You need a crafting rating of 8, and yeah, that's why. So the crafter is now online, needing only 100 watt of power, and he's going to be my friend. So I'm going to assign these jobs now only to the crafter bot, and that's the most nice thing about that. None of my people here will now waste time cutting stones again. I love it. That's for 600 bucks. I gotta admit, the robots mod is one of my favorites, and I love the concept of sci-fi and magic together. It's one of my... I really like that. And there goes a mad wildebeest cow. Well, let's see what'll happen. Oh, I have that one on hold open. Silly me. So, goats are wonderful animals. They are just useful. You don't need to do much for them. And they'll just do their thing. Okay, so I wasn't aware that mad animals are actually attacking such too. Alright, so we're going to use Eric now, because he's the only guy in range. So up until now, that goat was really beating up that wildebeest pretty nastily. But now let's dragon strike that thing. Boom! There we go. And we're going to follow up with a tiger strike. So why didn't it trigger? Ah, he must be unarmed to execute, I see. So I wasn't sure if that was a thing, but now we're going to unleash Eric's full power. So he almost took no damage of that, and well, he's not going to use knives anymore, that's for sure. I mean, it's fitting. I assumed as much, but there was always only melee damage statement and never unarmed or something like that. But yeah, that means we're going to hospitalize him a little bit, because this is always the best moment to get your bad doctors to work. And don't waste literal meds for bruises. Alright, so Eric seems to have went through that one quite well. I'm going to disable the automatic use of these skills. I don't like that too much. Alright, what's that? Why is it shining so like that? Yeah, I don't have a clue, honestly. So let's hunt that. And there's some wildebeest on the table now. Alright, so with these things happening now, I'm having a steady supply of stone blocks without anybody working for it. Praise the crafter bot. So I think I'm going to assign that one to crafter bot too. And this means Eric doesn't have to work like that. And I'm quite happy with it, because I think it's better like that. Alright. Because with him on monk business, it's better to not rely solely on him. And in the long run, I'd prefer to have Eric only on animal business and pretty much nothing else. So fighters are... I like the Beastmaster fighter combo, because when somebody is busy with your animals and also a good fighter, it's always such a good combo, in my opinion at least. They keep training and taming those animals, and they can have those animals with them when you need when you're having a fight, and such. They're never running out of work. I see a lot of positive aspects with that. So Lindsay's recruitment is going well. There's another crate transport pod crash. Irene is hailing from the Exodus Dominion. So what's that? She's magically gifted. I see. We could capture her and recruit her, but that's not our code of conduct. She has no direct relationships with anybody here, except for having a lifestyle which would make a good reason behind her staying here. Sickly child, magically gifted. You see, I personally see a connection there. One poison prisoner. All right, so the Imperial people want to put their work on me again. We disagree. We're not licking their boots. They can't do their stuff on their own. I'm really considering capturing Irene after all, and recruiting her for our own case. But well, I don't think that my people are that extreme yet. They just don't like the Imperials too much, but that's not enough to just straight out kidnap somebody. Nah, it's not what we're doing. We're just patching up Irene and throwing her out of our care as quick as possible. That's what we're doing. I think that's a perfectly understandable and fine way to deal with people you don't really like. Alright, so we're going to fetch up Dennis and Eric, and I want to get rid of that coyote, because I don't want that the coyote thinks he's allowed to eat old ladies escaping the map, because there's nothing wrong with offering shelter to strangers. Alright, so there we go. Dragon Strike! Oh. Yeah, that didn't really work out. I shouldn't use the Dragon Strike on something chasing somebody else, but with Eric's speed, the coyote just tried to run away from him, but no. Just no. Alright. I'm quite happy that Dennis didn't suffer any wounds from that, because I didn't play that too clean here. Alright. Let's force the chopping of them trees here. But no. So when a monk wants to meditate, then a monk wants to meditate, and obviously there's I have no say in that. That's quite spooky. Alright, so Eric is going to get the new room here. It's a quite big one, but I don't mind. And looks like I'm needing more of those beautiful Light chunks. Alright. Because there needs to be another floor. I think I'm going to drop down a different flooring this time. So, sadly I can't use the checkered slabs skin with every color. They never made it happen. Whoever made that mod, it's existing for so many years, and I keep wishing that somebody would make this thing stuffable and combinable. Oh man, that would be so great. But sadly we don't have that much luck, so instead I'm going to get some other thing. Well, I'm having a hard time. But yeah, I like that alternate brick thingy. So just don't want to have the same flooring in every room in the base. That just doesn't feel too comfy to me. Alright, so there we reinstall the lamp now. Oh, we are going to need some more power conduits too. And again, time flies, my friends. We're already at the end of this episode again. It's always going so quickly. I love this series a lot, and I think we're making fine progress here, little by little. I have so many magically gifted people on my colony. It's a pleasure. So one day we're going to have a lot of mages here, but first off I'm going to need to find some way to learn the magic. There are skill books which just train magic abilities to a person, but those are damn costly. Those are among the most expensive items in the game, so that's that. About the goats are great because they give milk, and apart from that, since I have a male and female specimen, they're even going to breed in the long run. Anyways, friends, thank you so much for watching. I really love that you're still hanging around, and I'd be very, very happy if you drop down a comment or leave a like, or even subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. All of these things would make me super happy. And yeah, until then, I hope you just come back for more and have a wonderful time until then. Goodbye.